The sex industry is very big in Newfoundland and Labrador.
We strip, that's what we do.
I want people to see them as human beings.
We should always be more curious than judgmental.
We partnered up with local restaurants like Merchant Tavern and Tier Restaurant to make gourmet meals for clients, and many of those clients are sex workers.
So we're making a Turkish-style pizza. This is just a nice white bread dough. Next is a white sauce here, so it's a cream-based sauce, basically cream and onions and a bit of garlic. This is pepperoni. It's from Chinched. Cheese curds, they're not something I would usually use for pizza, but for this application it works. They kind of keep a nice texture. Folding the bread like this kind of holds everything in when you bake it, and also makes it pretty easy to transport and eat.
Today I'm dropping off meals. With our partners, we have compiled a list. Myself and other people will be dropping them off on the doorstep. Often our clientele are marginalized. They're on the fringes of society. We wanted to ensure that no one was left behind.
Even though COVID comes, your bills still continue to come. So of course one of those bills is feeding yourself and feeding your family. The Safe Harbor Outreach Project provided some Meals on Wheels for sex workers in our community who are struggling with food security. Sex workers were challenged by this again because they didn't have some of the same supports or government supports that you or I might have. It became even more challenging for them.
Sex workers found it very hard because they couldn't avail of a lot of the federal government services like the CERB and all of that. There were organizations across Canada that popped up to help sex workers, but a lot of sex workers had to change the way they did their work. A lot of people went to OnlyFans. A lot of people still tried to engage in sex work, which was putting their health and safety at risk.
We formed some partnerships, and we were providing drop-off services on a regular basis. I also think there was a real clear message from the community that we care about you, we see you, we understand that you're struggling.
My name's Chelsea Tara, and I am a stripper. It's now being referred to as a sex trade, and I am considered a sex worker. I had my daughter when I was 15. I started dancing underage, and I was very motivated to stay off the system and prove that I could do it independently. That was a huge motivator for me, to beat the stereotype of teenage moms, to beat the stereotype of strippers, and my whole life has basically been this huge fuel of fighting this stereotype. I mean, I can't really say I've met any other woman. In all these years, I've worked in probably 100 clubs, and I've never met another woman who survived through it all happily. So that's sad and speaks volumes, right? They want comfort food. They're going through, emotional chaos every single day. They feel very unsupported, rejected by society, and they want to feel good. It's the embrace from society that they would feel that I believe would speak moving volumes.
We got a great day for deliveries, and I'm headed to my first house. One thing I'd like to see changed is continued funding so that we can keep doing the good work that we're doing.
I would like to see more services that are specifically for people in these groups.
And if we could decrease the stigma around this work, if we could recognize sex work as legitimate work in our community, that would have such a great effect on sex workers' lives.
If we just found a way to be able to treat every single human being with some basic dignity and respect, not only people engaged in the sex trade, but all of us, we'd be a better society.